What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Kenya, and I'm back with another video, a story time. So this story time is about me working in the jail. I've got a lot of questions on that, not like through social media, but a lot of people in person, face to face, kind of ask me about how I like, working in jail, how it made me feel, and just simple stuff like that. And hold on, y'all. My hair nappy, so that's why I sprayed it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. So, I worked at the Durham County um, detention facility and located in Durham, North Carolina. If you don't know where that's at, it's kind of near Raleigh. In the triangle area, it's like Durham, Chapel Hill, and Raleigh or Cary. Everything's so close, you know what I'm saying? So, that's where that is located. Um, I was doing it was like an internship, but it was like a job because that internship was not for college credits. It wasn't for college credits or anything, like that. So it was technically a job for me, but like an internship for others. But it was also only during the summer. I mean, I could have stayed because I have received some job offers after, well, while working there, but I had to come back to school, and my school is located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I go to Winston State University. Go Rams. So yeah, so little background information about why I chose to work there. I chose to work there because I really love like criminal justice. I really love the law. Like, that's me. I'm the type of person who vouch for police officers. I love police officers. I love what they do. Initially, I wanted to be a forensic scientist and do crime scene investigation and stuff like that. That's just because that has always had my interest. I took a forensic class in high school. I've watched, CSI, all of those shows, and I be in the room basically trying to tell the police officers what to do. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, so I mean, that's what really sparked me into doing it. So, uh, on the first day, they put me in the wrong building because they put me in a courthouse, but then they did it, and they were like, "Oh wait, no, you're supposed to be working in the jail," and I'm like, "Whoa, I was supposed to be working in the jail." This was like considered like I was doing it part time. So I'm like, I'm supposed to be in here. I'm like, okay, okay. I'm like, yes, this is what I want to do. Like first it was like, okay, but then I was like, okay, let me get myself together. Sorry, I got a mosquito bite on my finger and it itches. But yeah, so I'm like, all right. So the first day, go in. We got to the actual jail. Of course, you had to go through metal detector. So I believe I had my phone and my keys because I knew I couldn't take anything in there crazy. So I had my phone, my keys, and that was pretty much about it. And maybe a belt, I think. What did I wear? Yeah, maybe a belt, but we had to kind of dress business casual, sort of, I guess, if that's like business casual. Um, so put my stuff in the van, went through the metal detectors. Uh, Everybody, all the staff was friendly. Went in there, put my stuff down. So like the first day I was kind of doing like paperwork, helping with paperwork and filing stuff and shredding paper. So, kind of busy work on the first day because it's like, hold on now, you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of busy work. So on and so forth. Later on, throughout the week, I started doing like going upstairs, and upstairs is where the cells and stuff are. So I started going upstairs and working with some of the detention officers that was in upstairs. Basically, they would They would read letters from inmates. They would move inmates if they had to. Kind of just watch the pod area. That makes sense. So that was that area. I've also did the control room. So in the control room, the whole outside of the glass were tinted. So inmates couldn't see in, but you could see out. And with the control room, it was very important because that was where you control the elevators. That's where you control the doors. And literally every elevator, every door has a camera. So in order for you to move that elevator to let that person in or to open that door, you had to make sure an officer was around. Like no matter what, even if you saw an inmate that was about to walk, no, you have to make sure that officer is around, so that way you can press the button on the elevator to which floor. So I literally controlled all the elevators, the doors, and so on and so forth. Other than that, I did intake. So intake, that's when people fresh off the street, they come in and it's like, oh, you going to give me your stuff. But that's how it was. So intake, when I worked in there, I had to put gloves on. I had to check inmates in. So basically the inmate check-in procedure was kind of like you inmates come to the window. They give you all their belongings, money, phone, anything they had in their pockets coming off the streets, because you just never know. So with that, normally we put the money in the machine for their, what's it called? Like canteen type situation. So you put the money in there, but basically they get their money back if they get out. So that you get your money back. Um, yeah, so all the other belongings went into a plastic bag, zipped with your name and everything on it, and all of your clothes and everything goes in a bag. So in that bag, you get a number. But oh, and all cell phones, if an inmate have a cell phone when they come in, it gets turned off. It was one instance where a female came in intake and her phone was not cut off. So like in her little bag, it just kept buzzing and buzzing and going off and like calls, texts, and I'm like, excuse me, like her phone is going off. So they went and reopened the bag, turned the phone off, and replaced everything and put it in another bag because once it's open, it's open. You can't do that. Uh, so yeah, so after they go to intake, they go through the booking area. I worked in the booking area as well. So in booking, they come in after they have finished seeing the clerk, which the clerk tells you what you're in there, your charges and stuff like that, I believe. They come up there, they get put into a holding cell. They have to take their shoes off. They're able to make a phone call. And once you're only allowed to be in a holding cell, I believe, don't get me, let me not, I don't know for sure, but you're only in a holding cell for a certain amount of time, and if you're not called or gone by then, you go upstairs. So basically you go change it, you put on the jail clothes and you go upstairs to where you get your cell. You get what I'm saying? So that was booking. What else did I do? Um, I think that's pretty much. Oh, and first appearance court. I went in there first appearance court. So first appearance court is when an inmate comes in and like it's a new inmate, haven't been to court yet, this, that, and third. So the next day, possibly, they go to first appearance court, speak with the judge. Some people try to get their lawyers to, reduce the sentence and stuff like that. So you go through all of that and decides, if the judge going to agree with you and all of that. So that's first appearance court. So basically, sitting in first appearance court, I got a list of all the inmates and what they were in there for, the charges, when they were booked in, and stuff like that. So that way you can know who all in the room or who all is coming in the room for first appearance. And then like on the other side of the glass is like a glass that cuts between the courthouse and the not the courthouse, the first appearance court, which is inside the jail, and the family members and stuff who was there for that person in jail that's got taken in. So on the other side of the jail, it's like an area where the family members go in and some microphone. So when your person is called, you go to the microphone, try to discuss, if you feel like a threat, if it's that crazy. But some people don't have them people to come in to speak for them, so they don't hear that. But you walk up to a microphone and you talk to the judge, and you try to work something out with the judge. And basically, sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't work, depending on who the judge is. Uh, what else? I think that was about it. So, mom, I mainly like working in intake and booking because it was interesting. Oh, and doing first appearance court, because it was interesting. Like, not everybody is all in there for bad reasons, but not everybody's in there for good reasons too. And it was kind of interesting hearing people who did something bad but try to work something out with the judge, like, this, that, and third. I'm not gonna do this no more. I'm not gonna do that. So it was really interesting, for first appearance court. I really like intake and booking because it's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be in there bored, and technically you do get bored because in the jail, working in the jail, you can't have your cell phone or anything. The only thing you can have is a watch, because it's personal information that cannot be shared. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have access to everybody records. Like, everybody. When I tell you everybody, you have access to everybody records. So you're not allowed to use your phone, have your phone out anywhere near you. What else? Some of the cons about working in a jail, you feel like you're in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in there majority all day. You're in there all day. And with that, it's like you don't get to see outside either unless you're going out for a lunch break. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you're going to be in this jail until you go out for a lunch break. So basically, it feels like you're in there, but you're kind of above the inmates just, a little bit, because, hey, you get to go home at the end of the day. You get to go out for lunch and eat good. Uh, Also, let me see. Once after I kind of worked there for a little while, inmates start getting used to seeing you. So, for instance, I had some inmates come in there and they're like, "Oh, I know you." And I'm like, "No, you don't know me." And like, literally, like, that's how you have to talk to them. And you have to realize, like, most of them haven't seen guys, especially haven't seen females in a while. So they get crazy when they see a female, and they're like, all you gonna hear is this, like, this, and you gotta be built for it. You gotta be strong for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it can tear you down, or it can make you look, get this together, okay? But yeah, so that's that part. What else? That's some of the cons about working in there. But the pros, if you work full time, I heard a lot of stories, some worse than others. Um, it's just really interesting, like, just hearing all the stories, even going there, seeing people and you look at them and they're looking at you like, oh, you work here, and it's like, oh, it's crazy. Not even that, but it sounds a little crazy, but you make friends a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had an inmate come in there. He was a young guy. He was probably about 20 something. He was a young guy. And he was just so, like, the officers were speaking so highly of him, and like, he was so sweet. And he was like, look, I'm really not a bad person. He was like, my attorney, or lawyer or whatever, bailed out on me, did me wrong. He was like, I'm really not a bad person. I'm just in here for failure to appear, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, dang. And I'm just listening. He like, look, I promise you. And I understand now. And he's like, I know you're probably looking at me like a bad person. I'm like, no, I understand. I don't judge anybody. I'm not judgmental. But so after that, he shook my hand. And one rule about working in a jail, you don't want to shake nobody's hand, because you don't know where their hands spin. So right after that, I grabbed my hand sanitizer and I was like, but yeah, so that's kind of it about working in the jails. It was pretty fun overall. You meet people, you get connects. I did a lot of officers asked me did I want to come back and be a detention officer, but at the time it's like, no, I gotta go back to school. And being that my major is physical education, it's kind of hard to pick up a job in that area because it's like you're not majoring in it, so why are you doing it? But although it's like, wow, I've interned in it, but so it's kind of hard. But I do want to get back into it. I've been trying to get back into it ever since I left. Being that it is in Durham and I am in Winston, it's kind of hard. But I mean, but overall, it was a really good experience. It was really fun. I wouldn't take it back for anything. If I could go back, I would go back. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot going on. But yeah, so if I could go back, I would go back. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. I wish I could have stayed there longer. You know, like every day it was just a new story. You get what I'm saying? Like it kept me like okay. So yeah, so that's my little short story time or fun facts. So if you have any questions or comments about this particular topic, drop it down in the comments below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, lady underscore stats, lady_stats. On Twitter, I'm Lady Myro. I am LADYMONRE. I spelled that all wrong, but I'm gonna put it in the bio regardless. Y'all know how to contact me. But all right, see y'all later.